Hello, it's Phillip Taylor from Richmond Green Chambers in Surrey, United Kingdom. I'm talking about this book, The Least Worst Place, by Karen Greenberg. This is the actual book itself. It's got a different cover in America, but it's a reasonably long book. It's got 12 chapters. It's got some very useful notes in it, and there's a picture of Karen there as well. It's actually a book of substance. I've reviewed this book because I was concerned about the reports that we've been receiving about Guantanamo Bay. I've given it the review title, An Imprisoned Ideology Which Insults a New Generation. And I say that for a number of reasons. I come from a very different standpoint from Karen because I've served in the armed forces and I'm a practicing barrister. And for anybody involved in law enforcement and the custodial system, certain rules, in my view, must be followed in a civilized society, and they weren't here. Greenberg, from her perspective, outlines with edge the initial phase of this custodial operation, as I will call it, beginning with the concept of confinement, which gives the public a rest from these alleged terrorists' activities, to leading to outright torture without any form of trial. And that is really the backcloth. Now the T word, that's torture not trial, must be used sparingly, but the evidence which Greenberg assembles from observers and participants in the 12 chapters between the 21st of December 2001 and the 31st of March 2002 is both compelling and damning in my view. The book makes disturbing reading, especially for Barack Obama supporters who now see some idea of the measure of responsibility and the task which he has got as the new president to try and make some amends. There is only one conclusion to this book. It mustn't happen again. And how many times have we heard that before? The title, The Least Worst Place, is just the start of the twisting and the bending of policies which the Allies and their supporters had trustingly placed in the Bush administration. And to say that the United States has lost its moral bearings with this camp is strong, but it's just, when Karen Greenberg provides excellent footnotes, which I've referred to justify her assertions, albeit from her left-wing perspective, which I have no quarrel with here, as it's not about left or right wing to me at all. The book should be read to remind people of how not to behave when we are the good guys, for fear of turning us into the bad guys, which is exactly what's happened with Guantanamo. As a lawyer, my basic creed, like that of saving life with a doctor, is to try people fairly, telling them what they are accused of, not to lock people up without trial and throw away the key while the inmates suffer serious violence. The behaviour at this prison was not acceptable, and I find no words in mitigation. I'm glad Karen Greenberg has written this book. She ends it with a quote: "What goes around comes around." Now the conclusion of The Man on the Clapham omnibus is that the circle must be stopped in the 21st century, and there are no excuses for this in a civilized society. Thank you very much. Goodbye.